Hey, I'm Rack Cross with the City of Kingsport, and we're here today on the Kingsport Birding Trail with our state ornithologist, Scott Summershoe. Scott, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Rack.
And tell us a little bit about what brings you to Kingsport today.
I'm en route to East Tennessee to help with a research project, but came up to check out the Harlequin Duck up here at the Riverfront restaurant.
What made you want to come by and see a Harlequin Duck at the Riverfront Seafood Company?
The Harlequin Duck is extremely rare in Tennessee. This is only the fifth one ever found in the state, all the way back till we started keeping bird records at the beginning of the 1900s. So extremely rare bird to see.
Have you ever seen a bird like this before, Scott?
Not until about 15 minutes ago.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
getting a life bird
Very
on your
exciting
list.
to
Yeah,
see it.
we're always happy when the state ornithologist gets a life bird on the Kingsport Birding Trail.
Easy. It's excellent. Very exciting to see one up here.
And the bird's been hanging out here at this restaurant along the green belt here in Kingsport at the South Fork of the Holston River. What type of habitat do you know that this bird lives in normally? Today it's out of its range. When it's in its range, what's its habitat like?
Typically coastal, around rocks and jetties, feeding on mussels, aquatic vegetation, lots of churning water. Cold churning water is typically where you find them.
So with the increased water levels that we're having here now, this is a perfect habitat for a bird.
Apparently so. I mean, there's aquatic vegetation here that's foraging on. There's some good high spots where it's roosting and loafing and staying out of the current, and it can swim in the rapids.
Scott, let me ask you, what do you think it is about chasing rare birds that excites people?
Birds are just amazing critters, and when you find one, whether it's a common backyard bird or something particularly unusual like a Harlequin duck, it's always just thrilling to chase it, and if you see it, it's a wonderful thing.
What type of an economic impact do we know that birders are having on areas when they chase these rare birds?
It's pretty significant. Birders are spending hotels sometimes, buying meals and gas and snacks, and there's a lot of local, it's sort of hard to measure that, but the local economy definitely gets a boost, particularly the restaurant here, because a lot of people have come to see the bird that's sitting here while they're eating lunch.
That's great to know. And tell us, just for the record, where does the bird normally occur?
There's populations off the northeast Atlantic coast and the northwest Pacific coast of North America is typically where you find it. And on the east coast, they don't really get further south than Virginia or New Jersey most of the time. So this is particularly unusual inland and not on the coast, really far south.
Well, Scott, I know you've got a special project here in East Tennessee today. Can you take just a moment to tell us about that?
We are trying to trap golden eagles to put cellular transmitters on them to track and see what their movements are and where they're going for breeding, and to understand this eastern golden eagle population.
That certainly is an exciting career you've got going there, Scott. And we thank you a lot for stopping by Kingsport and spending some time with us today.
Thank you, Rack.